This period is probably the most crucial for the whole industry. We will see within the next 2 life cycles, probably 15 years, a total turnover of the industry upside down. Electric cars are taking the lead, and then software becomes really the core driver of the industry. Cars are becoming autonomous within the next 15 years, and Tesla for sure is in the lead.
Let me follow up then by asking you a slightly different question. You know Elon Musk well, you have a relationship. At times you tease each other, I think, about your rival plans. Would you rule out at this stage any deal with Tesla, perhaps as a contract manufacturer for their cars? Is there any chance that you, in the light of the deals that have been done to create Stellantis, for example, you and Elon Musk may actually be able to sit down and come up with an agreement that unites the VW and the Tesla brands?
Hey, I'm Stephen and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. So in this video, we're discussing Volkswagen's plans to catch Tesla, some rumors as to whether or not Porsche may IPO to help fund their transition to electric vehicles. Herbert Diess also addresses rumors of a Volkswagen-Tesla partnership and shares some thoughts on Elon Musk. So let's get into the video. But first, hey guys, if you'd like to help out the channel and get up to 2 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account, you'll get 1 free stock valued up to $250 just for opening an account. And if you fund your account with $100, you'll get a second free stock valued up to $1,600. Unless you don't like free stocks, that is. And if you're in Australia, the UK or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake also using the link in the description. Let's get back to it.
So this is going to change the industry, and to manage this change is probably the most important task we are facing. And we think we are on the way. We are making good progress.
But Herbert, you know as well as I do, there is a big company over the other side of the Atlantic which has this extraordinary advantage in terms of popular perception and the vehicles it's been building as well. It also trades at 155 times forward, whereas Volkswagen Group trades at 7 times forward as well. Can the gap between what Tesla is doing and what you and other European automobile manufacturers are doing, can that gap be bridged?
I think so, because the race is open. This is not an industry which you can conquer within a few years or so. This is not tech, so you need life cycles, you need product, you need plant capacities, you need market, you need to earn the trust of the customer. So this is a long run, and yes, there are a few startups which we are watching closely, and Tesla for sure is in the lead in some aspects there. But we are not so far behind, and we are gaining momentum.
You really do need to respect Herbert Diess here for his honesty, openly admitting that yes, Tesla is the leader in the electric vehicle space. Volkswagen is trying to catch up to Tesla. Of course, he does try to soften the blow there, suggesting we are not so far behind, etc. But it's great to see this honesty and transparency. The truth is, most other automakers around the world, internally, I mean, you'd have to be completely brain dead now not to realize you've got to catch up to Tesla, you've got to transition to EVs or you'll be out of business. But most of these companies publicly still aren't willing to admit and honestly just say, you know what, Tesla is in the lead here, but we're going to catch him. I think this is an early tell of some of the companies that are more likely to be bankrupt. The longer it takes them to publicly admit they're trying to catch up to Tesla, the more likely they are to be out of business before the end of this decade.
And it's Karen jumping in. I want to ask you about the pricing for mass market electric vehicles then, because a couple of years back when you launched the ID.3, it was priced around 40,000 euros. There was some criticism about the price of that particular vehicle. Now in the announcement, you're talking about innovative production methods, recycling, driving down the cost of entry-level models by 50% and the volume segment by 30%. What does that mean for the pricing of mass market EVs?
We're already in mass market now, and just launching the ID.3 last year. For many customers, this is the most economic car compared to a Golf same size or to many other cars. So electric cars already today are very, very competitive. They're becoming more competitive over time, and that gives us the certainty that this is the right way going forward, because electric cars actually will bring down cost of individual mobility further, so it will open up And I think that's a very good signal for our industry. So we were introducing top-down. No, we started with the Taycan, a very sporty Porsche, and then e-tron, Audi premium SUV, and then we're coming down now to ID4, ID5 A segment cars, which we call it, the typical Tiguan or Golf. And later, starting in 25, we will go further down in the entry-level cars, A0 segment we call it, so Polo size, but that's still a way to go.
So Volkswagen, they're aiming to hit the entry-level market in 2025. I think this is a very positive sign. If they can get there, even if they're a year or so late, I think this will probably guarantee Volkswagen's survival throughout the end of this decade. If they can continue to ramp, get these volume entry-level vehicles moved across to the electric platform, I think this is really going to work in their favor. But in the meantime, we know that in 2023, Tesla will be releasing their Model 2, tentatively titled, I don't know what they're actually going to call this thing, a cheaper, more affordable, scaled down version of the Model 3, Model Y platform, effectively around $25,000. I think over time, Tesla can continue to drive the cost of that vehicle down further. Tesla will be ramping these things at a ridiculous rate. By 2025, Tesla will be selling literally millions of these vehicles, in my opinion, just their new entry-level vehicle. So the big question is, how late will Volkswagen be to the party, and how much of the leftovers will they actually get, if any?
Let me ask you about Porsche, because clearly if you look at the last quarter, Porsche was a big revenue and also operating profit driver for your company, for Volkswagen. So what are your plans on keeping it or listing it? Because it could actually have a great valuation on the market by its own.
Yeah, Porsche for sure is a very valuable car brand. They're highly profitable. They're running at high margins, two-digit margins since many years, and I think they're becoming more valuable by the week or by the months, because they have the most bullish electrification strategy. They want to become 80% electric by 2030. So within the group, this is the most aggressive electrification strategy.
80% by 2030. Nowhere near aggressive enough. Now, I'm going to say it now. I'll probably be right. Please keep me accountable. What's going to happen over the coming years, but probably even the coming months, is we're going to see updates from all the sub-brands under the Volkswagen umbrella, including Porsche, etc., who'll be changing and revising and bringing closer these goals of being 80% electric, then eventually 100% electric. Because I'm telling you now, if it takes another 9 years until the most aggressive company, the most aggressive brand, Porsche, within Volkswagen, is only at 80% electric vehicles, the company is fucked. Volkswagen will be bankrupt. There is no question about this. I think at this stage, they want to start with this particular brand, not to scare people too much away from their internal combustion engine vehicles, which they'll still be selling at high volumes for years to come. I think they don't want to scare people away from those too much by saying all vehicles within the entire group's going to be electric by this date, because people go, hang on, electric, let me look into that. Wait, better performance, low cost of maintenance, blah, 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 safer. Oh shit, I might buy electric today. Let me check on Google to see what's the best electric vehicle. It's Tesla. Okay, I'll buy a Tesla.
And it works. Taycan is selling well. They have good order intake. There are new additional EV products to come. And this was a very interesting or important learning for us, that the sporty brands also work with EVs. And that gives us certainty and with EVs. And that gives us certainty. And Porsche, some plants which are producing their models, they share the platforms. A platform play a major role in their valuation. So it's they can, let's say, develop their own business, but they need close ties with the group.
But Herbert, I think Annetta's question was, is there any truth in the story that Porsche is going to be IPO'd, or there'll be a stake sale at some point to help fund your EV development? Can you confirm or deny?
Those rumors always have been there, but currently we don't need any additional funding. We have very good cash flows from our ICE business, and we have very, very aggressive investment plans, and so far we can finance internally quite well.
Okay, so I'll assume that what you've said there is no plan to IPO Porsche in the near term.
So there we have it, folks. No immediate plans, at least none that are publicly disclosable, for Volkswagen to IPO the Porsche brand to help fund their transition to electric vehicles. So I guess we can put that rumour to bed for now.
Let me follow up then by asking you a slightly different question. You know Elon Musk well. You have a relationship. At times you tease each other, I think, about your rival plans. Would you rule out at this stage any deal with Tesla, perhaps as a contract manufacturer for their cars? Is there any chance that you, in the light of the deals that have been done to create Stellantis, for example, you and Elon Musk may actually be able to sit down and come up with an agreement that unites the VW and the Tesla brands?
No, we haven't considered. We are going our own way. We want to get close and then overtake. We think that we need our own software stack, our own technology. And also I think Tesla or Elon is very much thinking his way forward. So no, there are no talks between Elon Musk and myself regarding joining forces.
So despite the rumoured bromance between Herbert Diess and Elon Musk, no Tesla-Volkswagen partnership on the card, and this is actually an extremely bullish response from Herbert Diess. The fact that Volkswagen want to develop and are bent on developing their own software stack, their own technology, really bodes well for the future of the company. And let's be honest, can you imagine Volkswagen partnering with Tesla, the DNA of these two companies? Tesla, lean, agile, innovative, cutting edge, taking risks, lack of structure, right? You need something done, just go to the person that you need to talk to, get it done. Who cares about the corporate structure and hierarchy? Versus Volkswagen, a huge, corporate, bureaucratic, red tape encrusted clusterfuck. It would be very difficult for these two companies to partner, I think. But of course, it is possible in the future. Anything's possible. And one final point to make on this idea of Tesla partnering with other automotive manufacturers. At some point in the future, once Tesla can ramp their production well beyond their own needs for their own supply, I think this could become a future revenue stream for Tesla, selling their skateboard, the battery pack, powertrain, drivetrain, that whole kit and caboodle, and then effectively other automakers just doing the window dressing, making it look different and unique and part of that particular brand, because I don't see most other automakers surviving the decade unless they can get technology from somebody else who had the foresight to develop, do the R&D 10-15 years earlier.
It's again, Annette, let me bring you back to the battery development and also about the question, how do you secure the commodities needed going forward? Because clearly there might be shortages also to come, like we are currently witnessing in the semiconductor space. So what are you doing about that?
Semiconductor is a concern for us, mostly this year. We already have lost some cars, which we hopefully recover. Then we have shortages because of the weather conditions in the United States, which are going to hurt us, slow us a little bit down. But on the long term, I think there's no such thing, because the share of automotive in most of the semiconductor plants is only 5, 7, 10, 15%. So we can always push our volumes, probably also allowing for some more margins, but they should be able to secure our growth. The biggest concern for me was, but already 2-3 years ago, the semiconductors which are needed for EVs, because there we have been building new plants with some of the semiconductor manufacturers. They are well on the way, so I don't see shortages on this side. Yes, the supply chain for batteries has to be developed, and there might be shortages over shorter periods of time, but they are going to be overcome, because basically the materials are there in abundance.
I'm sure you saw it on Twitter yesterday, Elon Musk changing his title to Techno King. Any chance you might do the same?
No, not at all. He's a funny character, and now with that kind of evaluation, he's quite on quite a high level, looking down on the rest of the world. So, but I think he's funny, and it's always good to follow what he's saying and commenting.
Well, it's good to see Herbert Diess actually has a sense of humour there, unlike most folks in the automotive industry and the mainstream finance media when discussing Elon Musk. And I have to say, this bodes very well for Volkswagen. Of all of the legacy automotive manufacturers, I think far and away they have the best chance of surviving this decade. But Tesla's lead is unassailable. There's no fucking chance Volkswagen catches them, in my opinion. Volkswagen's going to do their best to stay in second place, and hey, I mean, they'll get a small slice of the pie, which is fantastic, but I really think this could be developing into a winner-takes-most market. Yes, some of these new electric vehicle startups will carve out a small slice as well, but could Tesla possibly get 10, 20, 30+% of the total vehicle market in the future? Today, the biggest market share is around 10 or so percent to Toyota and Volkswagen. It's possible Tesla can get 20%, 30%, 40%. I think it is. I'm not saying this will happen, but I think there's a decent chance that Tesla takes an outsized share. That means there's going to be far less vehicles sold by other automotive manufacturers, meaning the market itself contracts quite dramatically. Let me know in the comments below. In 2030, who do you think will be selling more electric vehicles? Volkswagen or Tesla? I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. And don't forget, if you'd like to help out the channel and get up to 2 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account, you'll get 1 free stock valued up to $250 just for opening an account. And if you fund your account with $100, you'll get a second free stock valued up to $1,600. And if you're in Australia, the UK or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake also using the link in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. P.S. If you're still watching, you're awesome. If you'd like early access, exclusive videos, regular Q&As, our private Discord server and more, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can keep creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. You can now also become a member of the channel for some exclusive perks. To learn more, click the join button next to subscribe. And don't forget to check out our merch store. Either way, the best form of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again.